So then Silver was like, I want my liquor back.
That's awesome. I'm sure you have so many more stories to tell me about Silver and Goldie, and we really have a lot of catching up to do, don't we?
Yeah. And you have all your stories to tell me about your college stuff.
Novels worth. Wish I hadn't been so absent for so long, being busy with all my schooling and work, sis. I never want to miss out on anything big and important happening with you, and that's what the rest of my life was doing for so many years.
Good afternoon, Miss Keyframe. And this must be Miss Abbey?
Indeed she is. I might have bragged about you to a few folks.
Oh, is that a fact?
Well, why don't you two come into my office and we can chat for a bit?
Sure thing. After you, sis.
Why, thank you, sis.
So, tell me what's on your mind.
Well, I guess since Abby has moved into the Rift to help out in the gallery, me and her have been reflecting on our friendship because, well, it's been an odd one.
In what way exactly?
We basically started out as online pen pals, so to speak. We really connected on DeviantArt eons ago. Well, 7 years feels like eons to us anyways. Met her on there when we were both pretty new to the site, and she was one of the earliest fans of my work. Back then, she was a wee babby.
Ah, shoosh you. But she's speaking the truth. I adored her work. I still do, and after so many art requests and chats, we became the best of friends, to the point where we call each other sisters. She mentored me to be a better artist and writer, and I help her out whenever she needed it, whether it be by giving her a laugh or just being a listening ear. Honestly, I wouldn't be the artist or the pony I am today if it wasn't for her. Though of course, every friendship has its challenges, especially since both of us were on different sides of Equestria.
Well, I'm glad to see that you two have helped each other in so many ways despite being so far apart. Exactly what sort of challenges have you run into, though?
I guess the obvious challenge is the fact that we can't really physically be there to help each other out in rough spots. And also when it comes to keeping in touch through texts or some other sorts of messages that leave the option open to answer later, a missed message can lead to mixed signals and misinformation. I'll admit I'd been guilty of this for a number of years due to school taking me away from social media on and off for long periods of time. If Key left me a message, I'd read it, but then I wouldn't be able to stick around long enough to console her or give her advice or, you know. It would just eat away at my innards every time I wasn't able to reply right away or talk with her when she needed me there.
Not like I was guilty of this either. Sometimes I wouldn't check my Facebook or reply because of my own schedule. Other times I would message her with a funny link or something, and when she wouldn't reply, I thought I was annoying her or she didn't even want to talk to me anymore. Oblivious until she would tell me the stuff that was going on her side of the nation. And I would feel terrible that I didn't know. It would make me wish that I could just be there to help her and not stuck behind a computer screen. I'm maybe as tall as an alicorn, but I don't have the omnipotence of them.
I suppose we should all be grateful for the technology that allows so much instant communication across the world. I doubt you two would have been able to help each other anywhere near as much if you were relying on the post office to get all of your messages across the country. It's really a miracle for us to accomplish so much with so many people all at the same time. Though that can lead to us becoming rather impatient and self-critical when all that instant communication isn't bringing us the answers we want as quickly as we've come to expect them. It's wonderful that you two have been able to support each other so well, but might I ask how it would have made each of you feel if there wasn't so much instant messaging going on? Would a 5-page letter mean all that much more to your self-confidence and hope if that was all you had access to once a month or so?
As long as we had any way to communicate, it would be amazing. I treasure every moment me and Abby have spoke to each other, no matter what way it was. I am the most luckiest mare in the world to have such a great big sister. But even then, I guess having a lack of communication like that, while it would make it all the more special when it actually happens, it would hurt a bit. Like I said, I've never had such a great friend like Abbey before. And at the time, before I joined this community, I never really had any real friends I truly trusted as much as her. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have made it as far as I have now. I wouldn't have met you or the rest of the community. Heck, I would have never become an animator or a cartoonist. Even though we were far apart, I felt like when we spoke, we were right next to each other, debating which beetle was the cutest, John, fangirling over Children of the Night or whatever. But once those convos were over and we had to say goodnight, you do start to feel the distance once you realize you are alone. You know?
Agreed. It's kind of like having an amazing dream. Once you wake up, you can feel that sadness creeping in when you realize it's over. And you wish the dream could be real without having it be only when you're asleep. I've always loved and appreciated our late night conversations, our art trades, everything we've done together without having to actually be in each other's physical presence. And I will admit, with things getting lost in the mail so often nowadays, or maybe it's just me who keeps getting their mail lost, I am more than thankful for the instant communication that technology has given us. Just, technology doesn't provide the actual physicality, the enjoyment of being at someone's side through all the twists and turns. Skype comes close, but no cigar, as the old saying goes. Sure wish I could just take a plane or train to see my little sister, but of course with external forces at play, that doesn't come easy either. It's rough.
If only we could really treasure the messages we get every day the way we would a heartfelt letter that only comes along once a month. And I too wish for a lot more conversation that can happen face to face instead of through a computer screen. There really is much more of a genuine support when you can draw from one another's efforts working on a project or enjoying a hobby side by side. And though you may not be able to see each other in person as often as you'd like, same with a great many other ponies in the world, I do believe that you can draw an even greater support from each other when you are working on something you both feel passionate about. And again, with the modern technology of today, such things are becoming all the easier to accomplish. So, would you two consider spending a little more time creating something together? Do you suppose that might help provide the step up in encouragement that the two of you would like to have?
Well, if she's up for it, I'm all the way.
Girl, you know I'm down for collaborating with you.
Sweet! We could talk about it over coffee. My treat.
Ooh, you know my weakness, just as a sister should.
Wanna come with, Doc? I have enough bits for 3.
I'm not one to drink coffee, but I suppose if you could offer a hot chocolate instead, that might be nice.
Well, would you like a hot chocolate?
I'd be delighted. I'll meet you in a bit.
Okay, see ya.
It's good to be helping.